Part of successfully completing a 6-week challenge is understanding that at some point during the process, you're going to get bored. The workouts may seem like they are repetitive. The nutrition plan may feel as if it is limited compared to what you're used to eating. And waking up an hour or two earlier, day after day, it's going to start getting old. But it is important to understand that this is where winners are made. If you could peel back the veil in any successful person's life, you will see consistent boring actions taken day after day. Whether it's a business owner, an athlete, or even an amazing father or mother, we can all picture a few, right? Well, they all have one thing in common, and they are doing what I like to call the boring work. Now, when I say boring work, I'm referring to those tasks that may not be the most thrilling or exciting. It's the grind. The repetitive tasks that often go unnoticed, but form the backbone of any successful endeavor. The exciting fluff we all imagine a successful person has, it's almost non-existent. They are successful not because of all the extravagant activities they can do, but they are successful because they are willing to do the mundane activities day after day, longer than the people around them. There is no better example to illustrate this fact than fitness. Imagine a champion athlete preparing for a major competition. We often see the glorious moments of victory, but what we do not see is the countless hours spent in the gym, the early mornings and the late nights. It's the repetitive drills, the monotonous exercises and meals, the sweat, and sometimes even the tears that lay the foundation for that champion's success. From the outside, they're a champion, living an amazing life. But if you pull back the curtain and get a peek into their daily life, it looks a lot different than what we imagine. During this week of my 6-week challenge, the thrills of a new program are slowly starting to fade. They always do. Luckily for me, I've been here before, and I can replace these thrills with results and an understanding that the future is going to be here whether I stick to the program or not. And when the future date comes, there will be 2 possible versions of me. One version, I allow the intrusive thoughts to convince me to change my plan I made 3 weeks ago. That end result will be a weaker me, mentally and physically. When I cross that finish line at the end of the 6 weeks, I will look back and regret that I didn't stick with it. The other version, I do it anyway, knowing that ultimately I will be a better version of myself. I will have overcome weak thoughts trying to keep me complacent with mediocrity. I will be stronger physically and mentally. And most importantly, I will have grown my muscle of resilience that can only be grown when faced with adversity and choosing to move forward anyway. Do the boring work is a principle that I hold close to me, and I implement it not only in my business or in my fitness routine, but in my personal life as well. Because what I have come to learn is that the boring work creates massive results, making the boring work not so boring after all.